Shalom. Call Hala Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rahakwadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching in true sincerity and diligence for the sake of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord, when this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Yeah, the mark of the beast, the Rfid CHIP technology that the so-called white man Esau Edom is coming with as a new form of monetary system, man. You know, in which this current monetary system that you're currently using, which is the paper dollar, the petrodollar, is going to be done away with, man. You got this trend in America where these Americans is going to the bank and pulling out large amounts of cash out of the bank, in which that's going to cause the banking system to crash. But ultimately, you're doing that in vain. It's not going to hold up. It's not going to amount to nothing because the dollar is pretty much decaying, man. You know, Esau Edom is crashing the dollar because he's going to come with a new monetary system, which is going to be in the form of technology. You're receiving technology in your body in order to be sustained and maintained in this society, man. You know, and the infrastructure is already set up and in place for it to be brought forth here in America. That's why you got talks about the CBDC, you know, digital currency, Bitcoin, and all these things taking place, man, in which this is going to be a global event. That's why people in Sweden is taking their C-hip, man. Yeah, it says people in Sweden are getting micro C-hip implants that lets you pay with your hand. And this is the future of America, man. You see, you're going to be in America making payments with your hand. You see, because ultimately the so-called white man Esau Edom is going to cause you to receive his mark. You know, real quick, this Revelation 13 and verse 16, he said, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, in which this is what John was saying. You know, he was seeing this devil causing people to go down and receive his mark, man. And if you receive this mark, which is this technology that's going to go on your right hand or on your forehead, well, you're going to be put to death, man. The Lord, you're pretty much disqualifying yourself from receiving salvation. If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native Indian, which you the biblical Israelites, you know, and it was commanded to us by our power, Yahweh Bashim Shah, not to receive this man's mark, man. You know, and if you were to receive it, where Revelation the 14th chapter give you the judgment that you was going to be tormented in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb, man, by thermonuclear fire. That's the end all be all for receiving this mark, man. You know, but real quick, you go into the word cause it, because you had IUIC come out and say, well, what if he was to hold you down and put it in you? Could you not repent? Well, look, that's not how the so-called white man gonna do it. He's gonna compromise your convenience, and he's gonna cause you to go down and receive his mark. He's going to set up chipping stations for you to go to in order to get your convenience back, in order for that sense of norm to come back to you, you know, working and paying bills and going to grocery stores and restaurants, where you're going to need that corrupt, just like when the jab, you know, when that jab first hit, you had to be jabbed up to enter into certain places, sporting events, certain restaurants. You had to have that jab to travel. Well, it's going to be the same thing with the charagma, man. Real quick. It's going to the word causeth. Strong's G4160. You go down to the definition I. It says to make one do something. You see? Cause one to. And this is what the so-called white man is going to do. He's going to compromise your convenience. And in order for you to cut your lights back on, in order for you to eat, buy, and sell, you're going to have that mark. He's going to cause you to go down there and take it, man. This man is not going to show up to your doorstep. You open the door and he body slam you unconscious and you wake up with the karak, man, your forehead. Nah, man. On your right hand. You know, this nigga come to your front door. You knock on, you open the door. Two troops grab you, throw you on the ground, hold you down. And then a nigga in the lab coat come out the car with the charagma in his hand, and he put it in. That's not how it's gonna go, man. He's gonna make you make that conscious decision to go down there and take it, man. You see, because life is just gonna get so bad, it's gonna get that hard, man. Because the society is gonna be centered around this device, man. And if you don't have it, you're pretty much gonna be outlawed. You're gonna see people getting put to death because of it. because they didn't want to take it. You know, this thing is going to be law, man. He's going to implement it, man. You see, and real quick, you go up to definition B. It says to be the authors of the cause. You see, and Esau is going to be the author of the cause. He's going to set up the scenario, and he's going to give you the solution. And the solution is going to be you coming down here and getting that thing. You see, to make ready, to prepare, to produce, bear, shoot forth, to acquire, to provide a thing for oneself. Yeah, he's going to provide this solution to you for your problems, man. You want to eat again? Damn, your family's starving. Well, look, here, just take it. You see, just take the charagma, and you'll get everything. I give you reparation, 40 acres and a mule. No, you want 40 acres and a mule. Yeah, he's going to convince you into taking that thing, man. You see, he calls it you. You see, you're going to make the conscious decision to go down there and take it. He's not going to force it in you. Yeah, he said he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand and forehead, in which you go into the word, it's going to that word, receive. Strong's G 1325. It says to give something to someone, and what he's going to give to you, man. That little device, his technology. You want to go back to normal? Well, look here. Yeah, to give something to someone. Let's see. Go down. It says, yeah, here we go. Definition D, the second Roman numeral. It says to give one to someone, to follow him as a leader and master. You see, and this is what this charagma is all about, man. Making you a servant to the so-called white man, Esau Edom. You're going to be a perpetual slave once you receive his charagma, once you enter into his new system, his new beast system, which is going to be by way of that technology. Well, look, it's going to make you a follower of a leader or a master. Pretty much you following the Antichrist. You following Esau Edom. Because if you was to go into the word charagma, the word mark, right? And it's all in the same thing. Yeah, the word mark, Strong's G54A, it goes back to charagma. And when you go into charagma, definition 8, it says of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. So your master is the Antichrist, man. If you was to receive this mark, man, in which is going to be implemented. This the mark. This is what John saw, man. You see, and they pretty much made the Antichrist their masters. They're pretty much following the so-called white man Esau Edom all the way to his destruction. That's what you're doing. You following him all the way to his destruction if you was to receive his mark. Yep, he said, as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon a horse. Yeah, let's go right here to the Strong's definition. It says, stamp as a badge of servitude, you see? So it's a badge of servitude if you was to receive his mark. You're pretty much saying that you are an American. And you're a servant to Esau Edom in the elites, you know, pretty much. And that's breaking the command, because the Lord tell you that you should serve no other God but him. You shouldn't be out here serving no other guys but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And if you was to get this man technology put inside you, well, that's showing that you are a servant to the so-called white man Esau Edom. And the Lord is going to kill you because of that, man. Yeah, this is a physical thing. This is not nothing spiritual. Niggas telling, yeah, this is the mark of the beast, and Revelation 13 is spiritual. No, the fuck is not, man. You see, a nigga saying it's spiritual is pretty much putting you in the mindset of America continuing. Because if this not the thing that's going to be implemented, and after it's implemented, the missiles going to come forth, and after the missiles come forth, the deliverance of the Lord. If you don't believe in that, then you just going to die, man. Because you think America going to continue. You're going to get this shit in order to continue in America. Niggas going to be at camp, like Apostle House said, with chips in their hand, man. Holding posts with the charagma in them. Doing lessons, but got the charagma, man. Because they ain't want to believe that this is the mark. You know? And you just going to be put to death. You see? But you go into the root word of charagma, which takes you back to Karax, which is that little device that they're gonna use to pretty much put the damn technology in you, which you see right here with the guy in the white shirt hole. You see he got the little white thing in his hand. He holding the nigga skin up. Well, that's that Karax, man. You see, and it says to sharpen to a point. You see, in which that's what it's gonna be. He's gonna stick you with it, and then he's gonna shoot that device here like a palisade, right? He's gonna stick you with it, you know, and shoot that device in you, man. And when you get it, it's pretty much gonna have all your information on it, man. You see, because when you go into the root word of Karax, it takes you to grapho, right? And when you go into the word grapho, it brings you to, let's see, yeah, here it is. Definition B. It says to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. Write down record. Yeah, it's gonna have your records on there, man. This little device is gonna have all things that can't be forgotten. Your health records, your ID, you know, your driver's license, your social security card. Everything is gonna be on that little device, man. It's gonna be your records, pretty much, man. He say, let me see. Yeah, definition D. It says to give information. See, to give information. So if you was to die in an accident or anything, and you got that charagma, well, nigga just walk up and scan you, and your information will pop up. You see, he says directions, because they're gonna be able to track you as well, man. They gonna know everywhere you at. They gonna be able to track your payments. You know, track how much money coming in, how much money going out, what you buying. You know, track your location. You see? But this is all going to be through this little device, man. You know, that Esau Edom is present to you. But he going to dress it up, man. You know, it's just a life just gradually making this. This is the new future. This is the new. You know, the future of buying, the future of money. And he going to present this shit to you, man. But like the scriptures say, your 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices, because you have certain people in these Israelite camps who profess themselves to be leaders, elders, and officers, and, you know, high priests, but they don't know what the charagma is. You see? They can't tell that this is the mark of the beast, man. They can't see it. And they lead their congregation astray. Yeah, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, because the apostles and elders of great millstone, storm with elder apostle Hall on down, hey, they gave us the intents and purposes of the so-called white man Esau Edom in this purity, man. We know what the fuck the mark is. You see? That's why we coming out and telling you. You see, and if you receive this mark, well, that's your own ass, bro. Because the truth is out there. You know, plethora of videos going into it, breaking it down thoroughly on what this thing is, man. Showing you different videos and different, you know, articles and different, you know, speeches that these man is coming with, that he been planning this shit, man. But a nigga want to come up and say, a nigga that's been in the truth for 5 years gonna come up and say, yeah, well, look, nigga, it's spiritual. Well, you gonna take it then, man. And when you take it, you're gonna be destroyed. You see, real quick, this the book of Revelations, chapter 14. Yup, in verse 9. And you see it says, doom for worshipers of the beast. He say, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his right hand, yeah, if you receive it, not if he forcefully put it in you, he body slam you and you wake up with the charagma. No, you gonna go down there and take it, man. Yeah, if you receive his mark in his forehead or in his right hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name, man. So if you go down there and you take that shit, the Lord gonna kill you. You pretty much disqualifying yourself from receiving salvation. Because you got to consider the 3 holy children. They got thrown in the furnace, man. Because they didn't want to bow down to Nebuchadnezzar. Well, look, the Lord delivered them in the midst of their furnace. They didn't even have the smell of smoke on their clothes. They wasn't even touched by it, man. And the same thing is going to take place again today. If you bow down to Esau, when you get thrown in that furnace, which is going to be by way of those thermonuclear missiles, the Lord is not going to come and deliver anybody with that charagma in them, man. In fact, you're going to burn up. You're going to feel the furnace, man. But those who hold fast, we say fight for the truth unto death, and I would give thee a crown of life. Well, if you was to hold fast and don't receive his mark, well, look, you're going to be delivered from that fiery furnace, man. Yeah, the Lord is going to come through with his UFOs. Yeah, see? Oh, he's going to come through with his UFOs and he's going to beam you out of this place, man. Before the missiles fall. You know? Oh, he even tell you that how his elect shall scarcely be saved. You know? But ultimately, they were saved from the destruction. Just like the 3 holy children were saved from the destruction for not bowing down to Nebuchadnezzar, man. So the same thing is going to play out again. If you don't bow to Esau, the Lord is going to deliver you. But if you bow to him, the Lord is going to destroy you, man. You see? I just want to speak on that through spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, Lord, when it was edifying to the elect and to those seeking salvation through our Lord Yahweh Shai, always giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shema Shai by Hashem. Rahakodash, Lord, into this video. Shalom.